whole chunk of land will be decimated.
Are you saying the whole San Andrés fault might go off?
Everybody down!
Thank you so much for the interview. Last time we saw you, well, you've added a new title to History of Championships. Since last time we saw you, the selfie champion you are now.
I am in fact.
Any plans on breaking that record tonight?
Here in Mexico? I have no, because it's a fresh record. We just got to let it stand. Even though I could break it here in Mexico, but no, I just got to let it stand now.
Your character is such emotional character in this. It is a natural disaster movie. A good natural disaster movie is not just about CGI. How do you get emotional with everything that's going on around on set? I'm thinking about the water tank, for example. So much going on, practical effects, and you have to be focused on emotion.
It's a great balance that you have to find, and that was the number one thing that we wanted to make sure that we had in this movie, which was the emotion, the heart, the anchoring of characters that you cared about. Because it's hard to make a disaster movie because everything becomes epic. And the best disaster movies in the past are the ones where when you left the theater, you remembered and you cared about who you just watched. And they did it in Titanic, they did it in The Perfect Storm. And we wanted to do it in this movie too, and that was the key. So to go on set, it was very challenging because we have to balance the spectacle of the visual effects and everything that San Andrés brings, but also make sure that it was very, when it needed to be, it was heart-wrenching because this guy who I played, he's great at what he does and he saves lives for a living, but he's still going through a divorce, and I know what that's like. I'm divorced, and he's having issues with his daughters, and he's trying to mend them too as well. I know what that's like.
It will be a global event.
The water tank was the most challenging thing I have ever done in my entire career because it was not only were we submerged underwater, but also it's the emotion of he's so good at what he does in saving lives, but yet he can't save his daughter's life, and she's right in front of him and separated by glass that he can't get through. And to do that for days is emotionally draining because you got to live it and you go through it, but it wound up being the key element in our movie that anchors it, that makes, I mean, it gripped you.
I'll be safe and warm.